Hey everyone, welcome back to Let There Be Ears. Today I want to show you my ears, simply because I've been getting a lot of questions about how they work, does it hurt when I put them on, and does it smell after a day of wearing? Well, let's go find out. Wearing prosthetics every single morning is actually a very simple task. Before I go to bed every night, I put them onto my nightstand. Sometimes I have a tissue paper and I just put the ears on top. And sometimes I also put them into a little container and I put the ears inside. And the reason is I don't want my dog to chew on them. My puppy might have a grand time chewing on them, but let's not give her that thought. So I use precise hand-eye coordination to put my ears onto my abutment. Is it as epic though as the interstellar docking scene? Matt Damon did say it's impossible to dock, but Matthew McConaughey says no, it is necessary. I like to think that every morning there's an interstellar scene going on in my life as I put on these prosthetics and I reimagine that scene, reimagine Matthew McConaughey's voice in my head saying, it is necessary. You see, these prosthetics have low voltage on them. The magnet caps on my head are only activated when the prosthetics and the abutments are clipped on together. You can see here that the two flushes are required in order for this to work. And once I put them on, they stay on. Another question I get is if it gets uncomfortable when I wear these prosthetic ears for an entire day. The answer is yes, it does get uncomfortable wearing them for an entire day, especially when there's sweat glands or when I go out to the gym and I sweat and I can feel sometimes the sweat dripping from inside the ear and then outwards. So it can get a bit uncomfortable as I wear them for an entire day. When I take them off at night or even after a long day or even after exercising, I will sometimes see sweat glands on the prosthetics. There are sometimes also crusting around the prosthetics and around the magnet caps as well. Or I sometimes also see a spot of oil on there, and that's easily cleanable with a tissue paper. When it comes to long-term care for the prosthetics, it's important that I do a deep clean on my prosthetics once a week. The deep clean requires rinsing it with water, using shampoo, using Q-tips, and just to give it a good brush and a good clean, especially around the abutment area where there's crevices, also any curves or any holes within the ear. Then I use the Q-tip to, dig out those dirty elements, whether it be sand, whether it be oil glands, whether it be crusting from the bleeding from wearing them for a long time. That's where I usually have to spend a bit more time during this full deep clean once a week to ensure the prosthetics are nice, clean, and well preserved. I also get asked what happens if there is an infection. Sometimes the infection could happen because of the extensive wearing of the prosthetics, or it could also be that your abutments become infected due to dirty pillows that haven't been washed in a while, or just sometimes day-to-day wear. And the answer is, it can be painful sometimes to wear the prosthetic when my abutments become infected. From time to time, when the abutments become inflamed, I could feel the throbbing of the skin sensation when I wear the prosthetics. Just imagine if you're having alcohol and there's a couple of acne or even one acne on your face. When you introduce alcohol into your system, your acne throbs. And when it throbs, you can feel it. And you feel that's the only thing in your body that's not feeling right. That's the same feeling when I have an infection on my ears or on my abutments or in the area. And I could feel it sometimes throbbing and even at times oozing of some of the glands from the wound or from the infection as well. And yes, when there is an infection, it is not fun. There's oozing, there's bleeding, and it does take some time to clean them. And the cure really is something you can go up to the pharmacy aisle and be able to purchase, and that's the good old Polysporin. What I do is I usually use a Q-tip and I apply the polysporin onto the infected areas. I leave them on, and sometimes I'll leave them on throughout the night when I sleep, or I put them on or apply them and then I wear my prosthetics. Polysporin is pretty good and the infected area usually recovers in a few days. Another remedy to the infection area is using Futidine cream. I did a video not too long ago specifically about my review of using Futidine cream on an infected abutment. Click on the link above or below in the comment section to learn more about my review of using Futidine cream. When you wear clothes or gym clothes or just clothes in general that haven't been washed over a period of time, it produces some odor. Same goes with wearing a prosthetic ear. There is some odor after a long days away or even wearing for a period of time. When I wear them for a long period of time, sweat glands build up, there could be crusting, there could be odor as well. What does this odor smell like? Well, I can't seem to describe using words what this particular smell is like, but what I can not definitely show you, but this is what it smells like. It smells like my dog's treat. Believe it or not. This particular brand of treat, when I remember when I first opened this bag, I'm like, wait a minute, why does it smell like my ears? So, yes, this is as close of an odor, if you want to even think it's an odorous smell, is what my ear smells like whenever I take them off after wearing them after a long day or through long extensive wearing of the ears. All in all, caring for the ear prosthetic is relatively simple and painless. It does require attention, and your real due attention when your areas become infected or when there's pain. You really want to be able to treat these infected areas ASAP because you don't want it to infect other areas of your body as well. And sometimes, you know what? There are times when I feel uncomfortable putting them on just because I'm going through some infections or I'm going through some crusting and there's some bleeding. It does present itself some resistance. But you know what? The advantages far outweigh some of the challenges I go through by wearing an ear prosthesis. These ears are confidence boosters, and they're usually the first thing I do is to put them on every single morning, and also the last thing I do every night, which is to take them off. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification so you could be the first to receive my upcoming videos as well. If you too also have an ear prosthetic or prosthetic journey to share with me, please leave them in the comment section below. No ears, no fear. Until next time, goodbye!